Join me today as we explore Stockholm, Sweden.
The Stockholm cruise port is one of the bigger ones on most Baltic itineraries. Stockholm isn't just Sweden's capital, but it's the largest city in the country. It's built on 14 islands connected by 57 bridges, giving it a unique archipelago setting. And while many don't realize it, Sweden is a land of islands with over 250,000 in total. The cruise port is surprisingly small but easy to navigate. There are these nice colored lines that direct cruisers to get anywhere they need to go on foot easily without getting lost. Now, because of Stockholm's larger size, getting to the city center isn't walkable from port. It's about 3 miles away. So if you want to get to many of Stockholm's big attractions, you're going to need transportation. I sailed on Holland America Line, and they offered cruisers a shuttle to Stromgatan from the pier. And that's a notable street in central Stockholm that runs along the northern shore of the river, connecting all the areas around the Royal Palace. The shuttle was about $20 per person for unlimited use and ran approximately every 30 minutes. So that was a nice, affordable option, although we chose just to take an Uber since we wanted to go to the museum area in Stockholm. Now, another great option is the hop-on, hop-off bus, which I noticed is very common in many of the bigger European cities. For a flat fee per person, in this case it was $43 per person, you can hop on and hop off the bus at all of the city's top sites. And the top sites in Stockholm include Gamlestan, which is the Old Town, the Vasa Museum, which I visited and absolutely loved, the Viking Museum, which I also really enjoyed, which is right next to the Vasa Museum, and the Skansen Open Air Museum. There's also the ABBA Museum, which is located on Museum Island, but unfortunately they had a really long line and I did not buy my tickets in advance. So make note of those things if you would like to visit. There's also the Royal Palace, one of the largest palaces in Europe, which is the official residence of the Swedish monarch. Now, as I mentioned, we went over to what I call Museum Island, which is a central location where most of the big museums are located, and we had plenty of time to explore 2 of them, and I love them both. The Vasa Museum is one of Stockholm's top attractions. It houses the Vasa ship, which is a well-preserved 17th century warship that sank on its maiden voyage in 1628. It's been painstakingly restored, and to be able to see it up close is truly a wonder to behold. I'm already a big museum person, and this one ranks up there as one of my favorites. I also visited the Viking Museum, not to be confused with the other Viking Museum outside of Copenhagen. This one is much smaller, but still wonderful, and I loved it. Again, it's located right by the Vasa Museum and is right here in this harbor area. Highlights include lifelike dioramas, artifacts, and at the end of the museum tour, you get to experience an interactive saga ride, which takes you on a journey through a Viking family's life. That was an unexpected treat that I really loved. If you're like me and you enjoy museums, you will love Stockholm. The official language of Stockholm, of course, is Swedish, although many residents, especially in the touristic areas, speak fluent English. The official currency is the Swedish krona, but credit cards are widely accepted, so no need to convert currency.